So today, let's talk about something that's honestly a total game changer for businesses: intelligent automation. And I'm not talking about some sci-fi, far-off future concept. I mean a practical tool you can use for growth, like right now. We're going to break down how you can use it to simplify operations, seriously boost productivity, and just accelerate your path forward. Let's dive in and see how this new kind of AI workforce is already reshaping the business world. Okay, let's kick things off with a question that probably hits a little too close to home for a lot of you. Do you ever just look at your team and think, wow, they're brilliant, they're creative, they're so capable, but then you see them bogged down, spending way too much time on those repetitive, manual tasks that just drain their energy and cap what they can really achieve? Yeah, these are the classic bottlenecks, right? You've got to be there to answer customer questions 24/7. You can't miss a single lead that comes your way. You have to capture and qualify every one of them. And you're trying to juggle all of that while scaling up your support and somehow staying ahead of the competition. It's a huge challenge, and honestly, it's where so many businesses just get stuck.
But here's a thought. What if the answer isn't just hiring more people or buying yet another piece of software? What if you could build a whole new kind of workforce, an AI workforce? See, this is all about working smarter, not just harder.
And this really is a big shift in how we think about things. We're moving away from these passive tools that you have to manage all the time, and we're moving toward intelligent digital agents that actively work right alongside your human team. You know, it's kind of like the difference between just handing someone a hammer and hiring a skilled carpenter who knows exactly what to build with it. So, what exactly is AI business automation when you boil it down? Well, to put it simply, it's all about using these smart digital agents to streamline how you work, make everything way more efficient, and basically clear the path for real sustainable growth. Okay, so this whole AI workforce idea sounds great in theory, but what does it actually look like in practice? Let's meet the team. There are really three core types of AI agents that businesses are putting to work as we speak. First up, you've got your frontline communicator. You know it as the AI chatbot. Then you have the voice, or AI voice agents. And finally, the real powerhouse of the group, the specialist. These are the custom-built AI agents designed for your most specific and complex tasks. Let's break down those first two a bit. So on one hand, you have AI chatbots. Think of them as your digital front desk. They're on your website, they're in Messenger, answering questions, and spotting potential customers in an instant. Then you have the AI voice agents. They take that same idea, but bring it to your phone lines and apps, handling calls, qualifying leads, and offering support that's, surprisingly natural and conversational. And that brings us to the specialist. The best way to think about a custom AI agent is like a team member you've personally hired and trained for one very specific job. The real power here is that customization. These guys are built for those unique mission-critical things that your average off-the-shelf software just can't touch. We're talking everything from automating complex sales outreach to totally optimizing your internal supply chain. All right, so we've met the team. Now for the important part, the payoff. What actually happens when you plug this AI workforce into your daily operations? Let's take a look at how this whole thing becomes an engine for real business growth. The benefits here are they're tangible, and they're pretty significant. You get to streamline all those complex workflows we mentioned earlier. You can finally deliver personalized experiences to your customers, but at scale. Your decision-making gets a serious boost because every single action generates valuable data. And what you're really doing at the end of the day is building a future-ready system that maximizes your return on investment. But if there's one benefit that just stands out above all the others, it's gotta be this: 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your business operations don't just stop when your human team clocks out for the day. Just imagine it for a second, a world where your business is constantly capturing leads, supporting customers, and moving forward literally around the clock. That's the incredible advantage an automated workforce gives you. It's a fundamental change in what's even possible for a business, no matter the size. Now look, this all sounds fantastic, but does it actually work in the real world? Good question. Let's look at some proof and see how these tools are being used by different businesses and across all sorts of industries. Here is a perfect example, coming from a sales perspective. So Arjun Mehta, a sales manager, points out two really key things here. First, the chatbot directly boosted their sales interactions. I mean, that's top-line growth right there. And second, it saved his team hours every single day. That is a massive win for both revenue and efficiency.
Okay, but the big question is, will this stuff work with the tools you're already using? The answer is a huge yes. A big part of the power of these AI agents is how they connect so intelligently across the platforms you already count on, from your CRM like HubSpot to your comms tools like Slack and Gmail. They don't come in and replace your tech stack, they just make it smarter. And, this isn't a solution that's just for one type of business. AI automation is being tailored for pretty much every industry you can imagine. We're talking financial services, healthcare, manufacturing, media production, you name it. The core ideas of efficiency and automation, they apply everywhere. Let's look at another angle, this time from an operations director. Sophie's feedback really zeroes in on that specialist agent we were talking about. She had a custom solution that instantly improved their internal workflow and gave their overall efficiency a huge boost. It's all about making the entire business run smoother, from the inside out. So the takeaway here is pretty clear, right? This technology isn't rigid at all. It's flexible enough to meet your specific needs, it's adaptable enough to work across pretty much any industry, and, most importantly, it delivers results that you can actually measure and see on your bottom line. This all brings us to a really fascinating final thought. As we look to the future, it's becoming clear that the future of work isn't humans versus machines. No, it's about humans with machines, working together, collaborating. And it's so important to get this next part. AI automation is not about replacing your talented people. It's about enhancing them. It's about taking all that predictable, repetitive work off their plates so they're free to focus on the high-value, strategic stuff, like building relationships, innovating, solving complex problems, the things that truly drive a business forward. So we'll just leave you with this one question to chew on. If you could hand off any single part of your business to an intelligent, automated agent to unlock some new growth, what would it be? The answer to that question? Well, that might just be your first step toward building your very own AI workforce.